Howdy.
My name's Nair.
And I'm Bello.
And this is Perspeculative. And today we want to do a new kind of segment called A Taste of Anime, where we watch the first 4 or so episodes and give you an idea of what we've watched so far as well as what we think is going to happen.
Today we're going to be doing this taste test on Past the Monster Meat, Milady.
And this was Bello's pick. You know how she feels about gourmet anime if you've watched any of our stuff before.
So I was super excited when I saw this on a certain anime streaming site. This came up in my suggested, Avi, and I saw that it was fantasy and gourmantasy. Super excited.
That sounds really bad, gourmantasy.
Yeah, it does. It sounds like dark fantasy. Food fantasy?
Fantasy? I don't know.
Whatever.
Fodderacy?
Huh?
Fodderacy? Like fodder? Like to eat? Like fodderacy?
Fodder sounds like cannon fodder.
We'll think of a good name eventually. Meh! So before I watched it, I was just kind of meh with it. I didn't have any intention on watching it ever.
I was super excited, like,
yeah.
Oh my god, you have to watch this. This is so good.
Yeah, so I did watch it with her. Not, that I wanted to, but I did.
Right.
I just thought before we watched it, besides that I didn't really want to watch it, was that it was going to be something about her eating monsters, and woo, what a premise. I don't know. I wasn't into it.
How insulting. Like, the best premise. Like, how exciting. Yeah, I was super excited to see some juicy monster meat made in delicious gourmet meals. Cherished this opening scene, first episode. She's crunching, my mouth is watering, into the most delicious lettuce, everything, monster meat sandwich. The guy's like, I love unique foods. Like, can I please share? I know this is forward. She's like, oh yeah, of course. Hands him a sandwich, and then he throws up after she tells him it's monster meat. Love it. Love it, love it.
God.
I'm already invested, you know me.
I wasn't really that intrigued until later on.
Oh my god, of course, the romance is where...
Well, no, not just the romance. So, we started it, and it starts out, of course, if you've watched it or if you're going to watch it, you'll find out that it starts out kind of happy. Like, the very beginning doesn't. She's being rejected by everyone because she's a monster meat eater.
She's becoming an old maid.
And she's being threatened to be sent to a convent and not be able to do her research anymore or do the things she loves.
Nobody wants to marry her because she's a weird girl who eats monsters, which are supposed to be poisonous.
And it's to a point to where it's not just looked down upon, it's like almost not sacrilegious, but...
Taboo. Completely taboo.
Yeah, it's taboo. There you go. So it's pretty serious stuff.
Well, I will say, eating monster meat is sacrilegious because animism, which is the religion they practice, you find out later, forbids the eating of monster meat.
That's what I'm saying. It's truly taboo. It's absolutely against
I thought you were saying that her being unmarried
no,
was taboo, which, I mean, it is, and that's part of the world's history. Many societies feel like you have to marry by a certain age.
Especially as a woman. Woman.
Yeah, as a woman, you need to marry by a certain age. But that goes into our biology and being able to have healthy children, blah, 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 blah. And then some of them went a little crazy, like, you need to be married by age 12 or else you're a crone. Which, did it say how old she was?
I don't remember if it said how old she was. She
was like
very
16 or something.
Yeah, max 22 or something like that.
I don't think she was.
I'm just saying max.
I think she was a teenager for sure.
Yeah. But point being, starts off kind of sad with that, whatever. But quickly, she is saved by her white knight, the Duke.
White knight? Definitely black knight.
Okay, whatever. Her white knight, everybody else's dark nightmare. But immediately...
The blood mad Duke.
Blood mad Duke. They immediately fall in love, basically, over monster meat, because this is a gourmet anime.
He likes killing monsters, she likes eating them.
It's a win-win situation for them. But it's all lovey, and them following episodes is them growing in love and her teaching him about how she cooks monster meat and purifies it and stuff.
And I'm all for a anti-hero story as well, especially what's probably become popular in the last decade or so. The anti-hero falls in love with another anti-hero and you cheer for their romance even though they might be, just a little evil.
Or cray-cray or something.
Yeah, exactly. So, classic, I guess a mild Joker Harley Quinn situation.
Hopefully it doesn't go that bad for her. But we'll see. Harley and Joker's a abusive relationship. It's never meant to be a good look up to relationship, even though some people do. Sorry for those that you do.
Yeah,
Anyway.
I guess I wouldn't call that an anti-hero romance. It'd be more of a villain romance.
Yeah, that's straight up villain. And they are considered in this show to basically be villains, both of them. So...
But they're misunderstood.
Well,
and they're
yeah.
still very good people. I mean, illustrated...
As far as we know, yeah.
She's still a good person, as illustrated by when she saved the elderly couple, which is when she met the Blood Mad Duke, and he beheaded the thing, and she was like, that's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. And you're like, okay, she's got a little razzle dazzle, little spritz of crazy in there. Like, that's a little, you like seeing animals get beheaded and thinking about how tasty they are is a little...
Yeah, we were kind of perturbed by that too later when he brings her the golden moodle.
Yes.
And is all like, oh, it's still alive, but let me pet you and defer you and think about how I'm going to kill you and eat you. And while it's alive, it's just sitting there, poor thing, like paralyzed asleep. And it's
like,
just...
Tell me you only see steaks when you look at cows. Like,
yeah, pretty much. I felt so bad. Well, we both did about that, about the poor thing just laying there alive, and it just like them.
Especially when it went chibi, and you're like, oh, poor little naked guy.
Yeah, and they're just heavy breathing over it, waiting to eat, like slobber coming down. Like.
And I did like that his night crew also sort of fell in love with Monster Meat when she's slowly, like, winning him and his entourage and the people around to him over. Like, at first, it's him with the...
Jerky.
The jerky, and then his main assistant, butler, whatever you want to call him, man in waiting. Yeah, and he also loves it, and then it's his team of special ops, knights, whatever you want to call that. They also fall in love with the Moodle skewers. I really like that whole scene where they were very impatient and couldn't wait to eat it.
And he's like, no, you can't make me wait for this.
Exactly. So I thought all of that was really cute. Really been enjoying those interactions. Very excited to see what dishes are coming up as a true gourmet nerd. Gourmet geek.
Foodie, I think.
Yeah. But I don't care about food so much in real life. That's weird. It's just anime.
Anime food looks good all the time. That's
right,
why.
Exactly.
Unless they don't want it to, then it really, really doesn't look good.
Right, looking at you, Curry from Food Wars.
But it tasted so good.
Exactly. And curry is one of my comfort foods.
So, yeah. But anyway, I said something to Bello after the third episode, maybe during the third episode, where I was like, you know what would be peak anime move right now? Is for them to build all this up and it look all happy and chibi and they're falling in love and this is so innocent, they're gonna save the world and hunger and all this stuff. But no, he's actually evil, and his bloodthirstiness is his thirst for war, because he mentions that the blood of the animals could be used for war.
Right. She's like, oh, I only need a drop and I can fuel my fire for days or whatever to cook
like 2 years worth of using it for lights or something.
To cook monster meat. It's a good fuel. Ha!
Yeah. And he's like, well, you can make a bomb out of it.
Did you know this could be used for mass destruction?
Yeah, and she's gonna get a lot of it pretty easily because there's a lot of monsters where he lives. And he takes her away, and he never says, I love her, or I promise to love her to the dad. He says, I will protect her. Nothing will happen to her, because why would he let it? It's his golden goose.
Maybe. That's a possibility. Or maybe he really loves her and he really loves monster meat.
Or it can be both. He's just happy to have that extra little...
Yeah, she's like a little bomb factory over here cooking up noodles.
And I thought about that too, because his brother is the king and he seemed to kind of not be super pro his brother anymore. And I'm wondering...
You're thinking
he's going to take over.
Yeah. I was more so thinking like the Duke is his brother's right hand, his war general. You know what I
that
mean?
too.
And then like...
I thought about that as well, them using
conquest
it to... Exactly.
of neighboring... Like, does he take over her home country?
That's what I'm saying. I was seeing a lot of signs that spoke to, we're going to turn this around and actually he's going to be evil. And the reason he's not letting her go home in the spring like her dad wanted was because he wants to keep her to himself until the moment that he actually can legally make her his. Being married, that is.
Right, and he does destroy any copies of her research before he goes.
And make
she's
sure
like,
they have every single piece of her research before that. Nothing is left behind because he doesn't want it to be left behind. He wants it all to himself.
Right, and her in her innocence says, oh, what a pretty fireworks show. And you sort of like feel a warm, tingly feeling that it's one more thing that her stepmother disapproves of because that woman is a bitch.
Yeah,
with a capital H.
But she might be correct about the Duke.
She might be.
She might be.
I mean, but do we like people that call dragons stinky beasts? Do we? Are we there?
No.
No.
But also, once we watched the 4th episode, after I mentioned that about the face turn of the Duke, Bello and I both became actually worried that, wait a minute, maybe this will actually happen because of him burning the research material very in big fires. Like, nobody's getting anything out of that. Saying he'd protect her to the dad. And that's kind of what it says in the contract between them, that he will protect her and then not letting her go back home. And just stuff like that. It really seemed like he was very focused on the research, and not just because I love you and I think what you're doing is great and tasty, but I could use this.
Right, exactly. Like, are there ulterior motives, or is this going to be
a sweet, chibi love story between two?
Bello is really hoping it's just going to be a sweet, food-based fantasy love story, okay?
I like romance too, and I really hope that he is actually truly into her and that he doesn't wreck her world by making this thing that she wants to save the world with a weapon against her will, which I feel like might happen. But I'm hoping that isn't the case, although I would think it'd be a really nice twist to see, because usually anime like this stick to what they are, just being a simple love story over this one little premise of whatever it is.
They bonded over, food.
And two misfits, falling in love, blah, blah, blah. So that usually sticks to what it is. There usually isn't that big of a twist. It doesn't usually go dark. But I was like, that'd be kind of a peak move, I feel like,
Yeah. Of course, Nair's like, what if this all went horribly wrong? Wouldn't that be an amazing anime? You know how we could make this simple romantic monster meat premise better? Tears.
Yeah, tears.
Massive amounts of tears.
And devastation.
Yeah, so I'm excited. I really genuinely very positive. I'm very excited about the future. I'm excited for more episodes. I'm really upset that this is a weekly episode drop type deal and not all out so I can binge it. But, that's why this is a taste test of anime.
And you guys know we don't watch subbed, so that's why we haven't watched the 5th or 6th episode. Plus, we wanted to record this before we had seen more, while we were still trepidatious about the future.
Yeah, we only want to describe a nibble, not the full course. So, if you'd like a follow-up for when we watch more episodes, let us know in the comments. It's probably coming either way.
And if there's another show that we haven't watched that you'd like us to do a taste test on, let us know.
We'd love to share our thoughts with you guys. If it's another gourmet one, by all means.
Make her watch a music one. Make her do it. Not that that's all I like, obviously, or that gourmet's all Bello likes, but those are two big ones for each of us that the other does not like. But you guys know that already if you've seen our other videos, so.
Carry on. Yeah, so I really also like about the show that she's a villainess but has a very noble heart, very noble dream. It didn't really make a lot of sense to me. I'm kind of perturbed that the dad was like, oh, I'm the one that started the vicious rumors about her being a scary,
voracious
monster eater. And so that people would not use her work for evil. So the dad already recognizes that there is the potential to misuse her research for evil. But I don't see how starting those rumors could protect her from that, because then evil people would be like,
I don't know if he thought that they were going to use her research. I don't think it was that. I think it's just that they looked badly at her. Maybe he thought they'd make a worse rumor about her or a worse name, or I don't know.
I'm pretty sure he said he didn't want them to use her research for evil. Specifically. So that didn't really sit well with me. I guess I was happier with it when I thought it was just,
other people's rumors and names.
Society can be very cruel, especially to those of us on the outskirts of the mainstream and
misfit toys.
Exactly. So I was fine with it, but I was a little perturbed by that. Like, why? How? What was your thought process there, Dad? I don't know.
Yeah. But anyway.
I would rate probably the first 4 episodes as like 9.5.
Per usual.
That is not usual. My usual is 8.
No, 9.
I feel like it's 8.
If we look back, we can count and see how many she said 9 versus 8. But anyway. I don't know what I would call it now. I don't ever rate stuff this early on because there's so much room for change, growth.
Right.
What
but just the first 4 episodes.
The first 4 I'd rate, I don't know, maybe.
How did your first bite taste?
I might rate it a 7, 7.5, 8 max.
What? She was so excited to watch. Like, once we got past episode 2, she was ready for the next episodes.
Yeah, I liked where it went. The premise was what held me back from it. Okay, like the title and what I thought it was going to be is what held me back. But I think that's a thing that's very typical in anime because you'll get the most crazily named things and crazy premises and just convoluted stories and characters and looks and character designs, you know what I mean? And
anime has a way of turning it on its head.
Well, yeah, and making it to where it's a beautiful, emotional story or whatever, and it making sense and it not being crazy.
Right.
Unless you, like, just jump in an anime, like, 2 seasons in on one episode and they're looking at you like you're a weirdo because they're like, what the heck is this? How could this ever make sense? And you're like, no, but seriously, wait!
It's gonna get better! You're gonna want to change your life over this!
Yeah, exactly. It's legit.
Look at you, One Piece fans.
Yeah.
Alright, well, I am looking forward to the rest of this meal.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll see you later.
Bye-bye now.